I think some part of the Muslim community may feel listened to. Some individual with the Muslim community who have the knowledge and the skills and the connections, they feel they have a strong voice. But if you talk about the whole community, I think still people feel disengaged. People feel they have no voice. And I think, as I said, it's about a two-way. It's about the Muslim community believe that they belong to the city. They have a responsibility to make sure the city work for everybody. And for the agencies to understand that they can't do it without communities. You cannot exclude 40,000 people.
The common issues is what we hear is a parents or families who really has got a cultural shock for a period of time and not yet settled up properly in the country.
Often when these families come to us, they don't understand where to go for help or support, which means if they're not accessing mainstream services, they would not be accessing early intervention for their child with autism, and so in the long term, that child causes more in society, and the quality life of the family becomes much more difficult.
So if they are better in their education, if they are hopeful their future, if they secure, they are integrated and welcomed where they are. If the family are not breaking down, we believe that they will succeed in their future and we will have a less crime. And as a family, as a community, we progress and we will have a positive contributors for the future leaders.
Young Muslims, young people, don't sit there thinking, I don't want to work ever, I don't want to succeed. They want to succeed, but someone needs to support them and understand at the first steps and early intervention steps before they go to the end. We've done some great work in Bristol with young people, and the problem is that we do this great work and it's like projects that last for maybe 3 months or 6 months. They do really well, and then suddenly the funding's not there, or the support's not there, or no one's there to say let's continue.
3 years ago when I went to Abdi City Centre, I seen people literally going through bin for a little bit of food, and I was really shocked and stunned. This is 2017, and why are we facing that? So that really hurt me, so I wanted to do something about that. So hence I started this project called Feed the Homeless. I don't want to be labelled as I'm a Muslim organisation. I want to be more labelled as I'm a local resident in Bristol.
I think now the hate towards Muslims has really grown. A lot of people feel like, you know, there's this issue out there, but we can't do anything to change it.
I don't know, maybe my dad explained it wrong, the way he said things to the psychiatrist. He sort of said that Mum's only cooks, cleans, does this. I think the psychiatrist assumed that we were trying to keep Mum complacent. I don't know what stereotypes the psychiatrist had in their head about Asian Muslim males, but it had a big impact on our life for 5 years because of that misunderstanding.
Some family, there are 6 people, they live in 2-bedroom flat. And some family, there are 4 people, they live in 1-bedroom flat. They apply for accommodation. They are in a waiting list. Some of them, they are waiting for more than 13, 14 years.
So if no one helped, well, nothing would change. And it could, well, I wouldn't say potentially, I think it definitely would get a lot worse, because there's still that negativity coming in from all areas. And yeah, there'll be no voices from the other side to challenge that.
Sometimes the message from at grassroots level, from the people suffering with the problem, doesn't always get communicated up properly through the different channels to the authorities, like it could be the council, the health service or whatever. So what we need to do is bridge that gap.
Really in a very bad situation, and you sometimes turn to emotionally, thinking at least someone in need help, who think maybe you can do something better for them, and you are empty-handed. You cannot help. All we do here is signpost and direct them in the right agencies who can do better, because that's all we have.
There's certain doors that aren't open for me, and I need someone to open them so I can actually do the work. You know, we can't sit around saying young Muslims are, I don't know, not engaging, they're disaffected, they're disadvantaged. That's fine, we all know that, but we can keep saying that until we're blue in the face. But when there's people who actually want to do the work, who want to go in and support those young people, give them the tools to be able to become less disaffected and take away the disadvantages however they can, I'd like someone to be able to say, don't worry, I'll open the door for you, you do the rest.
So I really want for the Muslim community to think about the city in the same concept of the ummah. We use the word ummah for the nation. And I think, you know, we need to connect into the city using the same concept. We're all brothers and sisters. We all care about each other. We all respect each other. We need to support each other. We need to work with each other. So we need to make sure we apply our values and principles to the whole city, and that can connect us.
Working in partnership is very, very important for our future, because at the moment we are being, Muslim community is being marginalized quite a bit. So it's very important is that to break all the negative myths and to send a very positive message, and also highlight some of the good work we're doing. Leadership has got to be very, very diverse. It's got to be sending all the positive messages to encourage people, okay, to come forward. No faces, all the faces, they stay in one place. New faces need to be coming, right? New ideas need to be coming.
For our future and that of our children and grandchildren, we should be talking, not shutting off, not turning our backs. For our security, for our well-being, and for the future.
So it's about creating this opportunity for people to come together, and that will break a lot of barriers and misunderstanding. I think what we need to do in a strategic level and make sure as a Muslim community we're involved in the city and in the life of the city.
This is one opportunity. In our terms we would say, Allah has sent it, God has sent this opportunity. Let's take advantage of this.
If we can provide this strategic leadership to the police, to the council, to the NHS, then we're really contributing into the better understanding and better cooperation between communities and agencies as well.
If we miss this opportunity, it's taken all this long to come. It's not going to come again. So we need to be part of it. We need to work together, and we must make that effort. That's all really.